Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Gaz Williams Show. Let's get this mic a little closer. Oh, I hope it doesn't topple. Yeah, hope everyone is well. And firstly, a confession. This is a one camera only show tonight for reasons of just slackness, really, because I was trying to get all of this stuff plugged in and I didn't get a chance to set up the other cameras. So you're just going to be stuck with this view. I hope that's all right. Yeah, so normally I like to have a few cameras on the go. Anyway, what on earth have I got in front of me tonight? Well, any of you who were watching Sonic Talk earlier may have heard me talking about being in the box and doing a mix. I've abandoned that particular thing for tonight because I needed to get permission from the people whose mix I wanted to show. So I'll do that because there's something I definitely want to do. It'll be for again. However, this is a hastily scrambled together little system. And I think it might be quite fun to see what I can do with it tonight. I've literally just got it all plugged in, and then we're going to see just what all of this nonsense can achieve. I think really what I wanted to do was just show this Novation SL MK3 again, because the sequencers contain some really nice stuff about being able to transpose on the fly all the sequences at once. So that's a really, really nice musical thing. Now, in terms of sound sources, we've got four things tonight. Making a welcome return is the Dreadbox Abyss. Making another showing, it's been on it before, is the Arturia Microfreak. And then we've got the venerable Vermona DRM1 Mark III. Now, yes, the Mark IV has just come out and it sounds great. I managed to have a go on one in Elevator Sound on Monday. Yeah, I think the tweaks they've made really nice. The hi-hats much better. I've never been very keen on the hi-hats on this. Yeah, so if you have been interested in a Vermona DRM1, I think, yeah, hang on and try and get a Mark IV. I think that the decisions that they've made are pretty smart. Am I going to get one? I don't know. I still love this one. I never thought I'd ever want to get rid of that one, but to replace it with a Mark IV, possibly. We'll see. I mentioned there was 4 sound sources. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. I got a microphone here plugged in, just creeping into the shot, into the TC Helicon. Although that's not MIDI'd in. That was going to be in the plan. But the plan, as you were about to find out, was a hokey sort of old mess of a plan. Anyway, sound signal-wise, though, again, on the floor, so you're not going to be able to see it. I'm using the tri-parallel mixer from Electro Harmonics as a 3-input mixer. So I've got mono inputs coming from the Abyss, these are all mono outputs as well, from the Abyss and from the Microfreak and from one side of the DRM. Now what's interesting though is left side is going straight into the EX, like as our dry signal. The right side is going into the input on the Abyss, which doesn't put it through the synth engine, but just does feed it through the built-in effects. So it means we can use the pan control on the DRM as an effect send. So that's what we'll do. Controlling the DRM is the Beatstep Pro. On the floor also, we've got the Strymon Volante, which is an echo that everything is kind of, the output, the summed 3 channels of everything is then flowing through this delay that can be switched in, and then the output of that is going in stereo into the loop pedal, which is the RC500, again on the floor, and then the output of that into the video mixer and straight back home to you there, wherever you may be. Aha. Right, now you might think, wow, that's an amazing setup. I mean, there are a hell of a lot more things I could plug in, but I'm trying to keep this, I was trying to keep this a kind of compact little setup. But as you'll see, there are probably many flaws to the plan because I've tried to set up a little MIDI route and I'm wondering just how successful that will be. So MIDI is starting from the looper pedal. So the looper pedal is coming out and into the MIDI coming in then to the Beatstep Pro. Beatstep Pro is a pretty good time distributor, really. It's got lots of gate outputs. But in this case, I'm taking the MIDI out of the Arturia and then that's running in to the SL. So the SL is then going to be slaved through that. Oh, sorry, can't use that anymore. Synced through to the boss. And then is feeding MIDI out into the Abyss through into the Microfreak. So theoretically, the clock can slip all the way through there and the notes we can get through as well. Right. So you're going, well, what's the catch? The catch is I've literally just put this together and there's a few things I can't remember. So if you're in for the long haul, thank you and welcome aboard this kind of shonky old train that is the Gaz Williams Show. And we'll see if we can, at some point, start making some sort of music. That's kind of the plan. But as we bumble along, I'm just going to pretty much talk through the kind of situations that I'm doing. I'm sure many of you try to kind of do similar things like this, you know, linking audio and MIDI or whatever, and trying to make it all work nicely and behave. So very disparate things that I'm kind of linking up now. So fingers crossed that it'll kind of all work okay. I'm pretty doubtful about that, but we'll see how far we get. Right. So sound then, now we're hearing, that's the Abyss. That's a 4-channel analog synth. We've played with this one quite a few times on the show. It's got a very distinct and kind of weird, kind of gloomy sound. I think it's very well named as the Abyss. The Microfreak. Let's get a bit more gain to the Microfreak, I think. The Microfreak's running the latest firmware, which has brought those fantastic new oscillators in from Noise Engineering. No effects on the Microfreak. Effects coming courtesy of the Strymon, which sounds really nice on that sound, doesn't it? Yeah, that is just the state of play of what the things are currently set up like. So that's we're going to try and refine things around and get things sounding a bit sweeter. And I need to reacquaint myself with the sequencer on the SL. I haven't played with it for a while, but it is pretty intuitive and so cool, as we'll see. These scales, you know, and changing all the scales at the same time. It's cool. I've not got a lot of pitched things going on, so this isn't going to get the best out of that, but it's cool. I mean, I could be using the SL to sequence the drums as well, but I just really like this combo, these two, the Beatstep Pro and the DRM. I bought them actually at the same time, those two. I bought them essentially to be, you know, a single drum machine. Yeah, that's cool. Right, okay. Let's equate myself with what I've got. So the tri-parallel mixer. Nope, that's not going to work. I'm going to just turn it. I can't pick that up. The thing that's useful about the tri-parallel mixer, though, is I can mute the channels as I see fit, you know. So I've got essentially 3 mute switches on the floor. I'm plugged into the effect returns of the 3 because it's kind of mostly designed for integrating pedal loops in, but it works as a really simple, nice little floor-based mixer. You know, I can see that's going to be super useful when I finally return to live, which hopefully won't be too long now. Okay, so let's see. I need to set the MIDI channel. That's what I need to do. I'm going to go in and set the MIDI channel on the Microfreak to be, I'm going to put it channel 2. Okay, and now let's just make sure we've got things happening. I want to be able to play the Microfreak from the Novation. So I just got to make sure that that is sending out channel 2. I've got to remember how to do this now. Hang on. This is one of those things. Zones. Yeah, zones. Zones are cool. So we've got, I'm going to be using 2 zones initially. I might create some more zones, but zones, you can have, I think up to, yeah, you can have 8 zones on the SL. This is a 61 key, so it's kind of ideally set up for 5 octaves, so 5 zones. But you could make zones just a single key and have that for a trigger. So it's kind of pretty flexible in that way. Anyway, zone 2, I want to set zone 2 to go out of channel 2. I can't remember how to do this. That's the thing with all these, you can see how much gear's in this room, and it's just like everything has nuances, don't they, about how to adjust settings and the like. Oh, page 1 of 2. That's probably, how do I change page? Change page. Oh, here we go. Channel pressure, mod wheel, zone. Okay, I'm falling at the first hurdle now. You see, with one of the criticisms, it's a sort of criticism of this SL is it really wants to be plugged. It's not a criticism, it's more just what it is. It wants to be plugged into the computer for editing. You have limited amount of editing. Previous SLs, you could get really deep into the editing on board, but this really wants you to go into the Novation components website, which I like that. I think it's a good system that Novation have got in place there. However, in moments like this, I might just need so chat room, just while I'm just pretending to sort of know what I'm doing. If anyone knows how to set the individual kind of zones out to different MIDI channels, which is pretty basic, come on Williams, then yeah, just let me know. And in the meantime, we'll mess around with some other things. Okay, I'm just going to put all the pans left for now on the DRM. So we're essentially having a just a monophonic drum track coming in here. More gain. Okay. Right. So what I'll do first then is I think I'll just set up a quick kit on the DRM by just dialing in each one. There's no presets on this thing. It's basically what you see is what you get, which is a really cool thing, but also something that it's very manual. There's no modulation on it at all, so any modulations have to be done live and in the moment. Okay, I'll be a little bit off mic for this. So you've got 8 different voices. The kick voice. Oh, I just think I just need to map that kick. I must have unmapped it somehow. Okay, that should be good. Yes. Okay. I won't dwell too much on the settings on this because we've gone over this thing a bunch of times. A bit of a click on the attack there. And you can blend in a bit of noise as well. Just give a little bit more character. Then there's like a wave, distortion-y wave folder thing. The time is the bend. Decay. It's just a really juicy, fat drum machine. It's great. Okay, so drum 1 and drum 2 are identical kind of layouts, so they're good for setting up things like toms or kind of congas or something. So what I typically do is I typically set them up to be more or less the same and then use that as a starting point. Let's do that quickly. So they're really fun. Let's just get my microphone. Yeah, I think that stand is probably a little bit, it's reaching a little too far. Now the snare is a cool snare. Just leave them like that for a moment. And a clap. It's renowned for its clap. These hi-hats, yeah, the new ones, they got it right now. I think it's difficult to get rid of the pitch on this generation. There's always a little bit of a pitched quality to it. So try and get it a little bit more into the noise. And then you've got hats too, which you could set up as a cymbal or an alternate hi-hat. Okay, let's get programming in. Let's just go 4 on the floor. All right, let's make sure I've got my tempo working, because I should be. Oh, hang on, I'm going to sync to MIDI. So I want my looper to be the boss of the rhythm. MIDI should be running okay. Great. So I got control of the tempo from the looper now. Okay. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just feed some of the effects of the Abyss onto this thing. Let's that hi-hat sounds minging. Okay, right, let's send some of that snare in first. Put a bit of this reflector on as well, which is like a very short delay. Yeah. Wagyu saying he remembers that me and Ty, we bought them at the same time. We did. I think we both bought the same combo as well with the Beatstep as well. All right. That's a kind of proof of concept that we've got sync now from the pedal, from the looper, and into the Arturia. So far, so good. Now, need to have a little look. Did anybody crack the riddle about the? Did anyone crack the riddle about the Novation? I just do I map it? Just having a quick look through the chat room. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, I'm a little bit low on info of the SL, so I'm not going to be able to be particularly informative. Whoa, Jason, that's so kind. DJ Puzzle, thank you so much. Yeah, so feel free to, what's that? Is that super chat? Thank you. I've only just enabled that, so if you do actually feel like doing that, that would be amazing, because, you know, these shows on average, they sort of make about £5 or £6 in their lifetime. Okay. Right, so that's zone 1. I want to get into zone 2, and I want to change zone 2 to be... I wonder. Now, I'm pretty sure I've got the Abyss set to be in on MIDI channel 1. I might just get a little manual up myself in the periphery somewhere. But as I say, I'm going to kind of just, once I've got stuff happening, then I'm going to start just chucking stuff into the looper and then just having fun and making up some stupid songs, as I want to do. So I'm just going to check to see if I've got... I'll get some of this stuff working. Whoa. One, okay, so I've got channel, sound, output, in. So just going through a few settings here. Okay, that's all cool. Oh, Mara saying I need the part menu, not the zone menu for MIDI channels. Part menu, okay, that sounds cool. That's exactly just a very basic thing that I'm missing. Now, where to find the part menu? So that's the zone menu, sequencer menu, scales. I'm looking for the part menu now. Yeah, so if you can remind me where the where the part menu is. Oh, egg face. Studio is looking packed. Yeah, I just chucked this stuff up just now, like literally 20 minutes before I started streaming. So, thinking I was going to do something else, and then it was like often is the case, I just do a quick swerve and then regret it as I've just created a really ridiculous situation I have to negotiate my way out of. But that's it. We're gonna once this stuff is happening now, I promise you we will be getting into some weird territory. I just want to get some test. So I got my output coming out. This all looks good. I don't know why I'm not getting sound out of the vocal. I've got XLR coming out. Just going to make a little switch. Bear with me. Yeah, this is what it's all about. Oh, don't like the sound of that. All right. Boo! I think I've got a dead lead. That's what it sounds like, doesn't it? It sounds like a dodgy lead. All right. I haven't got a cutaway to do. Okay, I'm going to have to go and get another XLR lead. XLR coming up. Whoa. Live studio engineering. Oh, that doesn't sound good either. Yeah. Hello. We got a dodgy lead somewhere. We got another dodgy. I must have just changed the wrong dodgy lead. No! Boo! Sorry about this. Dodgy leads. I can leave the vocals out for now then. Dodgy leads scuppered the plan. Okay, right. So, shift session for the templates view. Thanks, Wagyu. Shift There it is. Oh yeah, so you can load in a different template, but then yeah. All right. Thanks, Magoo. Spot on. Thank you so much. Yeah. So now, that's great. So now we should be able to, theoretically, when I'm picking zones, right. Oh no, I've just spotted something. Look at that MIDI adapter. It's not plugged in. One thing. True. Come to me. I need another MIDI lead. That's what I need. MIDI, MIDI, MIDI. Come to me, MIDI. All right. Yeah, I've been doing, I've had like two sessions on today, and I've done the Sonic State, Sonic Talk podcast. So there's a definite lesson in there about taking on too much. Right. Now, I think what I've just got to figure out now, MIDI, come on. Oh, well. Zone 2, shift, shift and patterns, shift, shift and sessions. Templates, yeah, so MIDI is lurking in templates. MIDI channel 2 is zone 2. That looks good on our Microfreak. Oh god. MIDI input channel, MIDI channel 2. Okay, that's good. See, I thought this will be a breeze. I'll be able to just chuck all of this stuff together and I'll be making music before we know it. But, well, you know, again, this is the sort of thing most of us have to kind of deal with when we're putting stuff together. Like, everything seems to be like, oh yeah, that'll work, and then that'll work, and then it doesn't work. I know I've got some fallbacks, so things will be cool, but I'm just trying to, this is like basic 101, isn't it? Sequence, come out. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the looper. No, the delay. I had the delay clocked into the clock as well. I'm going to take the delay out of the clock just in case that is. Okay. So they've aha. Okay, something's happening. Not the right thing. Do you know what? That's well dodgy, isn't it? You know what my reputation's like. I'm not risking that. I was just trying to boost it up a little bit. It'll have to just sit out of sight a little bit. Now, why are we getting that? Okay, I'm just going to mess with some presets on the MIDI channel 2. Come on, don't be mean to me. Through. Just don't know if I'm having cable conundrums. Cable conundrums. Live. Just going to swap out cables again. Okay. Right, we've got sound there. Seems to be getting some spurious MIDI, isn't it? It's setting it off. What's going on? Okay. Oh, thank you, Andrew Brooks. From Andy and Inky. That's so kind. For this nonsense, I'm a very lucky man. Okay. Yeah, I've rushed this. I should have done this better. Right. I need to have a quick look as well online to see what my with the Abyss. There's a little in order to change the MIDI channels. There's little jumpers. I think I changed them wrongly the other day, so I'm not going to risk it now. I'm going to. I forgot I did that. I'm just going to quickly get up the manual just so I can refresh my memory about that. Again, that's that thing, you see, too much gear. Too much gear is just really hard to memorize all of the nuances and peculiarities and, you know, the abstraction stuff with these things, you know, where it's not immediately clear. Yeah, so speculation abound about a Dreadbox Abyss version 2. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? You know, just they've. I haven't heard anything about that, so I don't know that there's one coming. But it's quite nice. It's quite interesting thought to see if there's one coming. All right. It's a little dip switch interface on the back of here. It can do a bunch of things, the dip switch. It'll actually, you can change the behavior of the LFO that can affect the detune control. You can change it to be LFO delay with a little dip switch. LFO delay is a great little function. Okay, so dip switch, right. I'm going to put the Abyss, I'm going to put it back onto MIDI channel 6 because that's what it typically lives on. So that would be dip switches 2 and 3 for channel 6. That was pretty painless. But now I'm going to zone 1. I'm going to go shift and sessions, and I'm going to set in this zone DIN. Oops, it's going to come out of MIDI DIN 1. I think I'm coming out of DIN 1. Out. Yeah. So you've got MIDI in, out, and through, but the through can be turned into like a second MIDI channel out, which is really, really handy. Not using it here though. Okay, so I'm going to see now, theoretically, if this channel is set to channel 6. Okay. Hurrah. Something else is working. It's coming. So what can we do? We can synchronize. I'm just going to do a little proof of 2, 3, 4. I was just seeing how neatly that looped. That's because I'll try that again. So because the looper is the timing boss, theoretically, a loop now should be... This is the looper. Clean! Yes! So, nice. Okay, so building it up, see, hanging on in there. We're going to get there. Things are going to happen. I need to get this mic business working. I say, cursed I am, cursed. Yes. Oh, look at all of this. Right. So the next thing in this kind of crazy thing, I've got MIDI out, going to MIDI in. I might have to just see if we've got another dodgy MIDI lead, or I don't know. It seems like I've been struck with curse with the cables. The cable curse. I'm going to do it with another one coming from the through and in. In. Right. And this is, I know it's set to receive on channel 2. So I'm selecting my channel 2 and nothing. Nothing. Oh, what? Oh, hang on. Din. It was coming out of din 2. Oh, do you know, I thought I had it then. Channel 2. Din 1. Nah. So, something is amiss. Something isn't right. Guys, mad on Sonic Talk earlier. I know some of you were there, but Dominic Hawkins, brilliant Dominic, he was on the show and said that he worked in this nuclear bunker for a bunch of years, and it was a nuclear bunker that I was trying to buy in the 1990s. That was amazing. You have to listen to Sonic Talk to hear the story. Maybe try changing the MIDI adapter on the Freak. I think that's a good idea. I think unless... I'm pretty sure those are the ones that came with it. Maybe they're not. Ah. Yeah, because it could be the curse of the reversed MIDI, that thing. Yeah. Right, hang on. That's not a bad idea. Can I get one? Because I think Arturia might have switched. I mean, if this is the case now, I should be pleased. But this is the sort of scenario that we've got from manufacturers not agreeing on a standard before putting out MIDI on. No. I don't think that. I'm definitely coming out. Yeah, I'm going into the MIDI in. I think I'm going to put it back. I'm pretty sure these were the cables that came with it, so I'm going to keep with them. Okay. Well, it's not a massive problem because I could just right. So we've got sound coming off that little thing. Try being on part 2 for MIDI channel 2. Actually, do you know what I might even do is I might just put it in. Let's just try it on channel 1. Just in case there's anything weird. Input channel 1. Okay. Just checking actually the settings to make sure. Output destination. Oh yeah, you can send it to the USB or to the MIDI or both. It's a great little synth though, the Microfreak. Hey. Okay, well, yeah, it works on channel 1. It works on channel 1. Hey, thanks so much. Thank you so much from Mint Tarkis and also from DJ Puzzle again. Oh, thank you. You're kind. That makes me happy. It's all good. It looks like we're good. So let's just make sure now that my next one, let's just see, channel 6. Ah. Peculiar. So that channel. Okay. I'm not sure why it is, but for some reason, channel 2. Channel 2 is I don't know what it is, but is for some reason not routing out. The simple joy. Now, why am I getting stuck notes going on here? And why is that so distorted? Something a little bit not quite right. What is that little whip? So I'm not getting note off for some reason. I must have knocked the latch button on. Down, 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 down. Yeah, right on. We're on the. It's sort of all starting to work now. Okay. Yeah. So, I'm feeling a little bit smug now that this is starting to come together. I think I just want to do one more thing. I want to get this happening because it'll be fun. And then we'll be ready to go. So yeah, what is the point of what am I doing? What is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of the Gaz Williams show? What in fact is the purpose of Gaz Williams when I come to that? I'm not entirely sure, but certainly getting confused and then fighting a way out of the confusion is definitely something what I'm about. So I reckon I got a Duff XLR. I reckon maybe it's this one instead. I maybe took the wrong one out. XLR. I do like XLRs, especially Neutrik XLRs. A Neutrik XLR. So this one is Neutrik. So I've got faith. They seldom let you down. Neutrik, I always thought was a Swiss brand, but is in fact a Liechtensteinian brand. Is that how you say it? They're from Liechtenstein. And I didn't know much about Liechtenstein until I played there with the great David Rhodes out of Peter Gabriel's band back 2013. And speaking of which, Jed Lynch, the drummer of that tour, he checked in the show on Monday, which is great. Peter Gabriel's drummer, of course. That's cool. But we played in Liechtenstein. There is a really amazing studio run by Little Concert, Manfred Concert. Little Big Sound. Fantastic studio. Wow. But the thing I discovered, it's one of the smallest countries in the world. But I think, is it the second richest country in the world or something? And in part because Neutrik are there, this tiny little country. I was using I didn't even know it was, but I was plugging it in my bass cab into the head, and I was using a speak-on lead, and the sound guy came up. You could see. I said what? He said, that's not an authentic speak-on. I think. Is it not? No, it has to be Neutrik. I think Neutrik have the kind of. I think Speak-On is their proprietary rights, and I was busted using some cheap knockoff. Look, I think he was pulling my leg, but Anyway, let's try this cable now. Microphone. Now, we still got some noise going on there. That is still not right. 1, 2, check, check. What's... I don't know. Not used this in a while. Okay. That there's like a ground loop going on or something. I don't know what it is. Nope. All right. Boo. Yeah. Right. Yay! I'm kind of getting there. Right. So I'm still hearing that noise. Okay, it's gone. Maybe I just have to go in raw. Dry and raw. Yuck. Yeah. Hello, hello. 1, 2, 1, 2. Huh? We got something. Anyway. Asti Fassi, he once got drunk in Liechtenstein. Yeah, so did I. Okay. So I'm just going to listen to my loop again so I make sure that things are working. And if I tap tempo that loop now. All right, yeah. Sort of like a bit. That's the sort of thing, you know. I guess is like instant sort of songs, not necessarily instant good songs, but on the looper though, you might notice then I just did a really short loop, and then you've got two separate loops, and the great thing is that the second loop isn't tied to the length of the first loop, so you can have it any length, the second one, but that's got loop sync on it as well, so when you press stop it'll close that loop when the first loop is completed, so it will always stay kind of synchronized, which is kind of cool. Right, let's do something. Let's go down a slow tempo then, and see. I want to get the mic working. I don't know what's happening. Why that thing is making a noise? I don't know what's going on, but it's annoying. Right, let's wipe. So I'm wiping the loops, so I've got a fresh start. And anyway, I want to do this thing where I change the key on here. So I'll get a little sequence on here going, and then yeah, let's just set that off then. Okay, now I'm going to see if my MIDI is successfully coming in to this. So I want to go into here. I'm going to get global MIDI clock receive. Yeah, clock receive is on, so that's good. This should be sending clock out. It's coming out and it's going in. Yeah, to here. So let's have a look. So if we all right. See, this is one of these. So I need to somehow enable global clock. It says external 148. That looks good. Yeah, it's getting this clock. It's good. It's getting clock. That's cool. Okay. Sequence. Yeah. Gotta just refresh my brain. Heinbach's variants of the islands concept, except it's continents. That's cool. I've been a big advocate of the islands kind of approach for many years. So we're listening here. These are the sounds. These are just a few presets coming off the Microfreak, but it is running through the Strymon Volante, hence. But I've taken the Strymon out of the tempo kind of gang, so it running in its own time, but I have got a tap tempo control on there that I can tap, so I guess I can get it in. I can pull it in. Heinbach, another genius. He's fantastic. Heinbach is fantastic. He's a good friend as well, and a fabulous, lovely, conscientious, kind person. Brilliant, brilliant man. So the Microfreak, one of the issues about playing it from this keyboard is we're not playing it from the capacitive touch of the Microfreak keyboard, which is in itself a modulation source, but they do. I mean, like these sounds are it is a really cool. It's a really cool. Yeah, so now it's kind of locked into key. So you can't play any wrong notes. And we're currently in E major. Yeah, so let's try something then. So just got to get back into sequencing on this thing. I've got to remember how to do it because it's pretty much like a circuit. My transport's not working, so it might be. Why am I? Doug. Right, I'll figure it out. I'm just gonna. So it's getting clock. It's getting the right clock because when I go into tempo, I can see it's external and it's the same tempo. So, and if I change the tempo, in fact, the tempo is coming from the loop station. Yep, 87, 87. So good. So it's getting clock. That's great. I just got to just remember what the way you do it. Do I need to create a pattern, perhaps? Choose a pattern. Oh, I've got to try and remember. Transport's not working because it's slaved. Yeah, but it's getting a play. It's getting a play message. So if I press stop and play. No, I got to figure that out. So it's definitely digital nature on the Microfreak, but it's got that analog filter, which is nice. But if I was to switch to the Abyss just sort of has a much bigger analog character. Running it in unison here. Get some unison, get some detune, oscillator detune on. And actually, some vibrato as well. This is changing the waveform. But it never really get. I mean, I haven't got the filter open, but the Abyss always keeps it in a kind of, in a kind of grim and gloomy space. Set velocity to control the filter. Yeah, Ian's just mentioning that Jim Steinman died the other day. And yeah, it's really sad. I mean, because he had an enormous impact on the music world. And I just discovered something since he passed, that he was responsible for producing the Sisters of Mercy, This Corrosion. Oh my God, I saw that song on the telly. What was it, 85, 86? I can't remember. Maybe even 87, but 86 perhaps. But I saw it on the telly and I decided I was a goth from there on. I think Andrew Eldritch and his aviators and his hair, and I went into school wearing black Levi 501s, which you weren't allowed to wear jeans, but they were black and they were 501s. And in the mid 80s, 501s were just the coolest, or so it seemed. And I think my goth period lasted maybe until just around lunchtime. It was very short. But this, Harry Turner's project saying that song went on and on. The album version, it was super long, wasn't it? I mean, the single was a reasonable length, but I think the album version, gosh, was it about 10, 11 minutes long or something? I can't remember. I remember it was huge. But that was an epic production. And now, learning that it was Jim Steinman behind it, you kind of go, oh, yeah, those kind of, all of that kind of sculpting of epic kind of, it starts with that really kind of dramatic opening. Yeah, interesting. Disc Corrosion. Yeah, brilliant. What a great track. Oh, yeah. What was he, 72 or 73 or something? Sad. I did hear about, though, he was drafted in to produce Def Leppard Hysteria album. Mutt Lange had produced the previous one called Pyromania, which had really broken Def Leppard massively. It was a huge successful album, in part because Mutt Lange, the Back in Black producer, the Shania Twain producer as well, and was he married to her as well? But he couldn't do that. Initially couldn't do the Def Leppard album, and Jim Steinman was brought in, but I don't think he was a really bad match for Def Leppard, and sadly that never came to anything. But I think there are some recordings, but they will never see the light of day from that era. But Mutt Lange then was brought back in, or was available again, and then Hysteria went on to be an enormous one of these enormous albums of the day. Pop. It's a pop album, isn't it? Def Leppard, Hysteria, pop. It's not metal, is it? It's pop. It's pop. Good pop. Great album. I loved it when it came out. I thought I was being dangerous listening to Def Leppard. I thought it was meant to be like, really proper heavy metal. It's pop. Right. So with the Abyss, because you can't see the panel, could I set up another camera? I'm not going to. I'm going to do something else. So I've just got to get my sequencer working. I've got to figure out how to do that again. It's been a long time since I've been using this. I used it loads initially for a couple of projects. Haven't really used it much since then, so we need to... But it is an amazing thing, and once I get it working... It's funny, this Abyss, though, isn't it? I mean, it's... It's not a bass monster. Never really get really good bass sounds off it. Keen said had all sorts of issues with USB MIDI, which the SL solved. Let's have a little look, because I'm not using any USB with this setup, so maybe it is global MIDI clock receive and MIDI clock transmit. I am transmitting clock too. Yeah, that's good, because that means I can get the Arturia clocking. No, I don't think anything about there. Back in the tempo menu. Quite like this sound. Said it's not a bass monster, but it's certainly get bass sounds out of it. It's got a sub oscillator. The drive is nice. And actually, if you whack the ADSR release on the amp envelope up all the way, then it will act like a drone then. HK saying, love what Nick said about the Bluetooth MIDI keyboard controller tie. It's an amazing idea, isn't it? One of them piano tie that's got a MIDI, Bluetooth MIDI in it. Bluetooth MIDI tie. Bluetooth MIDI tie. Bluetooth MIDI tie. Oh, this Abyss. Detuning, so it's running in unison mode. So I've got the 4 oscillators then with a bit of detune on there, and sub oscillators, so that's 4 sub oscillators on there as well. Yeah, okay. So that's yeah. See that without the Abyss, you don't really make sweet tones off it. Let's see if I can make a sweet tone. Let's see if it's possible. So let's get like a triangle-y sort of wave on the go. Nice bit of phaser action. Let's get it smoother. Chords. Find a chord. See, it's always got like a sort of weird dark quality to it. Yeah, so I'm going to just... Everything's moving around, everything's loose. How are we getting on? I'm going to make some more music, I think. So I'm going to just check. I'm going to bring the SL back next week. I'm going to give it its proper workings next week with a load of sounds already set up. That's what I'm going to do. Because... see, what have I done now? Because I'm changing zones and it's not changing sounds. Yeah, so oh well, it's one of these things when I just zones 3. I've forgotten how to do it. Oh well, there we go. I've totally forgotten how to do it. Oh! The transport controls have now... Do you know what? I think something amiss is going on. The transport controls have suddenly lit up. Oh, and the transport control... Suddenly the transport controls are working. Okay, so we got something happening. Okay, I think I'm going to get into something now. Read in the internal manual, stop external sync on the Arturia, then the transport will work. The transport will not work while it's receiving sync. Okay, but it's working now. The thing is, it's working, yeah? It's working. I haven't changed anything on there. I went to a few different pages. I didn't change anything. It's now working. Make of that what you will. So I'm just trying to escape any blame. I'm going to load a different session in, I think. An initial session, yeah. Okay, we've got some action going on now. Yeah, so my sequencer is working. Right, okay, I'm there. I figured it out. I figured it out by cunningly not figuring it out. Yeah. So, let's just see. So, right, shift and... No, which was it? It was shift and sessions. Yeah, so we can see. Here, I've got my channel on channel 1. And then next door, let's just put that onto channel 6. Okay. I think it'd probably been a good idea to have just changed the session, I reckon. I think there might have just been... I've been using it mostly, I've been using mostly as a controller for the MC707, which it is they work so fabulously together. I think what I've done is I configured it specifically for the 707, and I saved some bunch of sessions as templates with the same settings. So this is a session without those settings. So that would have been a good idea. I should have remembered that. Okay, feeling okay. Hello to Nav Cotel from Portugal. Okay. So what we'll do now, though, we'll just check what we've got in terms of the action from the pedal. Okay, so starting, I've got sound. Bit more thump on that there. Oh look, do you know what? It's me. Look, that's what it is. You've got to just enable a sequencer. So shift and off, they're locked out. Shift sequencer, you just turn the sequencer on and then the transport and the recording is there. Yeah, so that was the issue all along. I knew it would be something as basic as that. So it's cool. We're in that cool territory now. So I'll show you. So if we just get a bit of nonsense on the go here. I'll just check from the looper if I speed things up. Yeah. So we're rocking now. Okay, let's get something happening a bit more interesting. This one will sort of make a bit more sense in a moment. Let's do it a bit more like this. Get a bit more. I just want a bunch of notes running. So now, I'll just make this crazy, weird sort of musical sort of thing and let it settle a moment. Change the root. It's playing in a melodic minor now. B flat. Let's leave it B flat. Oh, it's weird. Hang on. That's like a kind of cool little dropout.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sort of starting to get there. Yeah, go. Shift and sequencer. It says on as well, so you know to turn it on and off. Duh. But yeah, so starting to kind of get a little thing together there. It's kind of nice little sounds. The sounds are quirky, so when you make music with it, the music is going to sound quirky. The Abyss is definitely quirky. The Microfreak's quirky, and the DRM and the operator. So I think there's a definite kind of quirkathonic action going on there. Oh, thanks for the nice comments. Lady Aptitude saying I need a sidekick like Alan Partridge and Sidekick Simon. Well, last week's show was a little bit like that. If you caught last week's show with Mr. Jason Jervis of Get Jervis fame, joined me, and we tried out a few of the characters for the synth panel, something that we're developing, which was a very, very spontaneous thing. Only partially successful, as is the norm with this show. What are we doing for time? Okay, I think I might go for another 15 minutes, and then I'll go out of here. So I'm going to try and do another thing, another piece of music. I'll try and do it different, something different now. I just wish the microphone business was working. Just not sure why it's not, but it's not. Oh well. When I'm making songs, I just like, well, I'm sure a lot of you know, I like just coming up with really stupid little songs and singing. So, yeah, I like having the mic in there. Anyway, let me get and program something new. The DRM sounds great, doesn't it? It's just got, there's something kind of honest about its sound. Honest? Yeah, I think, yeah, like it's... I don't know. Sometimes I think real big drum machine sounds sound a bit too disingenuous, too big for their own good. Okay, so my looper is primed. My brain isn't. So I'm going to just get something. Let's get the tempo down. Let's go a bit slower. So yeah, drums going into the effect of the Abyss. myself set up. Let's take out the 4 on the floor there. Trying to make a bit more, get some more sense going on. Lady Aptitude saying it's 70 BPM. Close. Okay. Minimal baseline. Okay, I think I'm out of here. Thanks so much for sticking by and hanging out. Just having a bit of fun with a bit of a weirdy old dub mix at the end there. Good fun though. Hope you've enjoyed this. I'm Gaz Williams. Please consider subscribing and clicking the like thing and ring that stinking bell. Ring that bell. Click that stinking bell. Please. No, don't. Well, you can if you want. I would appreciate likes if you would be so kind. Just apparently works, and yeah. And if you did enjoy, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, then that's absolutely fine too. But yeah, I'm going to be back on Monday with adventures in Eurorack. So please join me for that if you're interested. It's been an ongoing thing. If anyone caught the show on Monday, I think the start of the show appeared to be the tip-top Z verb, or Z verb. But anyway, there's going to be more on Monday evening. That's going out at 10:30 GMT or BST, British Summertime, late night show. Enjoy that very much. So please, if you fancy, join me on that. Otherwise, I will be back with my Wednesday show next week with something other... that I might just decide 20 minutes before the show again, just to put something together. So I really appreciate you sticking with me and some of my kind of kerfuffle and whatnot. And hopefully we saw some sort of reaction, some sort of things of some value of, I don't know what it was. But yeah, anyway, big love, everyone. Be kind and nice to everybody. And I'll see you soon. Thanks so much. Cheerio.